My name is Marian Jensen, and we officially joined the church in 1955.
And my name is Lorraine Anderson, and I've been part of the church for 53 years.
Wow.
We joined the church when Reverend Stark was here.
And what has Peace Church meant to you in your life?
Well, all the friendships and people we've met, and people have come and gone, and you look in the past and you so often think about all the friends that have passed away, and you miss them.
All the years I can remember walking up from home with my 4 little kids. It's just been a place where wonderful things happen. I think the words like comfort, joy, peace, friendliness, making wonderful friends, kindness. The church is just a beautiful place of doing wonderful things for the community also. It's always been a joy to come here.
How have you been involved in Peace Church over the years, Lorraine?
Oh my goodness. I used to do the peace bell. And that was before any computers or anything. We had to crank the old
Really?
machine and put in ink in there, and that was a chore.
Wow.
And everything had to be typed out on a manual typewriter.
Yeah.
So I'm dating myself.
Yeah. And you're still involved with the Peace Bell now.
Yes, I am, in another way, the easier way.
You never miss a Peace Bell folding.
No.
How about you, Marian?
Oh, well, let's see, when the church was built, being in education, I worked when Reverend Schmidt was here. I helped with the Sunday school, always teaching Sunday school, and in the nursery, and also with the Bible school. And I was on the board of Christian Ed too, so for many years, and helped in that direction.
Well, I remember something you do every Christmas.
Oh yes,
How
we
many years?
made that for 55 years.
Oh,
Don and I used to get the Christmas greens and to help decorate the church, and then we made the Christmas wreaths, and we had as many as 30 to 40 people making wreaths over the years. Yeah.
And you still make the great big
Yes,
one.
I still make the one every year. Right.
Lorraine, you've been helping with the Advent wreaths at Christmas
Yes,
time
the
last few
Advent
years.
wreaths and getting the greens and so forth.
Yeah.
When we used to have like the Women's Guild and things like that, at one time I was president of the guild, and I was on the council when Dick and Greg Flint, they were two of a kind. They were so much fun.
Are there memories you have?
Lots of memories from the time we joined the church. Just memories of bringing the children, making wonderful friends, doing interesting things for the community. Just a wonderful, it's just like a beam of light sitting up here for the community. Yep.
You know, maybe talk about the physical building a little bit, because that's changed so much.
Oh yes. Well, when we first would sit and be preached to, you had that different wall, and that was for many years. But as far as I was concerned, it's all been positive, but nothing really outstanding. Mm-hmm. Although I think what the new building is very lovely, and the educational wing is beautiful. So I think it's been a very much of an advantage too. Don't you think, Lorraine?
Yes, there's been so many changes in, like, even with the office and everything was changed over. And Pastor Flint would be really impressed to see this church now.
Do you have any memories of the old church on 3rd Street?
Oh yes, I can remember going down there for Christmas Eve. Diana was 2 and Susie was 4. We went for Christmas Eve, and I had to laugh. There was a group of little children, including my little girl, Diana, and she gave one little kid a shove, and they all fell just like a bunch of cards. I'll never forget that. That was our first Christmas Eve down there. But it was interesting. Yeah. Dory Godden and I worked together down there quite a bit. And I remember getting to know Reverend Schmidt building this church too. Was quite exciting. Very exciting to see this church go up and all the different
Do you
things.
remember like the groundbreaking or anything like
Oh
that?
yes,
About
oh
that?
yes, right,
Yeah,
right.
Can
Of
you talk a little
groundbreaking.
bit about that festive day?
I can remember, I can remember the groundbreaking and the excitement of looking forward to the new church. Yes, very exciting, right.
Do you each have a word or two that you would describe your time at Peace Church, or how you feel about Peace Church?
I put down lots of words. I would think, one word I think of is comfort and friendliness. As I said before, the church has always, to me, been a place where wonderful things happen and good for people. And I'm impressed at the way the church helps in the community too, because I live right down the hill, so I'm aware of what's going on. But I think the church is just a symbol of beautiful life and helping people.
I remember coming to the church. My husband was Christian Scientist and I was Lutheran, and we didn't want to go to either. So we came here, and Trudy met us at the door. And she was just a lovely, lovely woman. That's why we joined. I don't remember any of the controversies that we're having now, though. There's so much controversy, but maybe I just didn't see that part or hear that part, but I don't think there was the confrontations we have right now. I don't know what we can blame it on.
Can you think of one or two words that would be what peace means to you?
Inviting, and the friendliness we used to have is not quite here right now. And I think that can very easily be changed if everybody voices their opinion on what's going on. I think COVID had a lot to do with what I experienced with some other people. But I just ignore it and try and make the best of it. And
I think one of the things that both Lorraine and I probably feel, we're getting so old, much older, and many of our old friends are gone now. So I don't know many people anymore. So that's different from what we first experienced,
yeah,
because you knew everybody
Sure.
in those days.
You know, could you talk a little bit about some of the names of the people that have passed on that were your friends?
Well, let's see, I worked with Doris Godden, and of course, Helva Paschke was very important,
Harold and Helva.
and Trudy Schwartz were really outstanding people. But I can't think of any more names. I can think of the faces, but and Don, my husband Don, was on the board of Christian Ed, so he helped pick out ministers and all. And that part of our life was interesting also too. But and then of course Sunday school. I was very active in the Sunday school, and being with the I can't think of a lot of the names right now, but.
Linda and myself, we were babysitting in the nursery, and all of a sudden I looked around and I said, Linda, there's one missing. So we quickly went and chased them, and they went down the church aisle. And they went with the parents, so we didn't pursue it. So anyway, I enjoyed the nursery and the little ones.
I think the length of time I've been up here to feel the strength of love and devotion. I think this church is just a symbol of love and devotion, and sits like a beacon. You know, and I'm right down the hill, so I'm close to it, you know. And I think what many people are saying is the friendliness of the church and the openness of the acceptance of all kinds of people. And I know I shouldn't bring this up maybe, but I had a good friend that went to a church up in Silver Bay, and the people were class conscious there. And you don't ever get that here at all. Everyone is very friendly and open to, I really don't like politics brought into it, But that's part of life too, so I
But it
suppose
isn't
that
part
can't.
of church and state.
But I don't think it's part of church, so I don't like to see a lot of politics discussed.
No.
That's my opinion.
Um,
It's grown a lot in the time you've been here, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, yes. I was shocked. I went up to Kenwood Lutheran. Have you ever been to Kenwood Lutheran Church? You know how many people were there at Christmas?
no, Easter.
35. 35 people. That's all.
Yeah.
And yet I'm impressed with the number of people that are coming all the time.
Well, thank you, both. This has
Good.
been
I hope
wonderful.
it was meaningful.
Yeah,
Do you want to
wonderful.
keep? I can put a few
Oh, for
words
sure.
down there if you want to just jot.
I don't write because I can't write and I
Yeah.
can't read.